Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pocketnow Weekly Podcast, hosted by yours truly. It's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? All right, so this week was all about CES 2020, and although it may not be a mobile-centric show as much as it used to be, there was still a lot of fun stuff that we got to see on the show floor. Now, I did say last week that I was going to try and get a lot of people to tell me what is in their pocket now. Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of time to do so. The reason why is because it's really hard for all of us to get together, and the times that we were able to get together for like meals or to go out for drinks and whatnot, we're just decompressing from the stress that is CES. Now, we did sit down with Nick Gray, the editor-in-chief of Fandroid.com, and Mr. Fandroid was able to talk to us about some of his favorite things from the Consumer Electronics Show floor. An old friend, and we're really happy to have him on the podcast. We'll have him more often, but we're also joined by Isa Rodriguez of Isa Does Tech on YouTube, and she gives us a look into a couple of products that she was able to find that's geared more towards women and also lifestyle applications. But with all of that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed not just this episode of the CES 2020 podcast, but also all of the CES coverage that was done by Jaime and Diego. Shouts out to them. They did a really great job at the show, and I'm here to bring you this podcast. So let's go ahead and pop in.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody,
Cheers.
to a good CES.
Yes.
It was a good one.
It's not even that.
It
Except
is
for
a
Nick.
good one.
It is a good one.
Yeah. And you are... let me fix that one for you, my friend.
Wow, this is good. Nick, you were right.
It is good.
I haven't tried this flavor.
All right. CES ain't even done yet.
And he can't speak already.
The host is already...
Welcome to CES. This is basically what happens to all of us when we're here, right?
We
Yes.
become incoherent.
Yes.
Incoherent. We become zombified.
We're hungry, tired, incoherent, and drunk.
Yes,
They're
indeed.
very weird things together.
Yeah, I'm not drunk after this.
Yeah.
Nick, Nick,
I don't know what you are.
go with it, Nick.
Nick, do you not know the concept of yes and?
No.
Again,
I am a contrarian on every single thing.
again, welcome to Joshua's life.
Yes. In ours, it's yes, but.
Yes, but
All right, so CES 2020. I just want to keep this one really chill. Vegas is right outside that window, and yes, the craziness of CES has made all of us like zombie and very tired. But wanted to have you guys on. Thank you, by the way, for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure.
Kind of a last minute thing.
It's my podcast day.
Well, there you go.
This is number
that's right.
2.
Yeah, it's your second podcast. So what? We'll just start with you then. What were some of the highlights of CES? You have made it very clear before the show. I'm done with the show.
I am done. I messaged Josh on the way over here. I was like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm done with CES.
And we're like, we're podcasting about it.
But I'm not on the show floor anymore. I'm not writing anymore. I'm
Fair.
not doing anything. I'm actually going to be doing videos next week about CES, but no, this week I am done. It's been a mixed week for me because I cover Android.
Yes.
And there is some Android stuff here, but there's nothing really super exciting about Android. There's a couple smartphones, some, of course, the obligatory 5G stuff. But there wasn't anything, within that category that was amazing.
Speaking of 5G, why wasn't Las Vegas 5G ready?
I have no clue. I mean, we have T-Mobile 5G.
Yeah.
That's that.
OnePlus should have been giving out the McLaren 5Gs. And like,
They should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's no other company that has 5G available in Las Vegas.
In an area, yeah.
Yeah. But to that point, I don't know if you were covering the industry back when 4G launched, because I was here when 4G launched and Verizon had their big launch, and all the phones.
Nick, how many? This is your
9th.
Oh my gosh.
9th, and I've skipped 2. So,
so
my first one was 11 years ago. Yeah.
No, because I was telling Joshua when I first met you 2 years ago, you were like, I'm at my 7th or something like that, CES. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm on
I don't look
7 or
that
8.
old, right?
No,
Of course not. Words of affirmation.
I'm almost 40. I'm almost 40.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I was
Yeah,
just
I know.
curious.
No, but like,
yeah.
I remember when 4G launched and Verizon made a big deal about it, and Vegas was one of their first cities, like first 30 cities, but they didn't launch the phones until they had 30 cities.
Yeah.
Like the first phones launched here. Well, technically Sprint launched their first one with Evo 4G. But like they came here and showed off 4G phones, and you could actually go to their booth and do a 4G speed test. And you're like, oh my gosh, I get 20 megabytes per second down. We've not been able to do that. Like there's some booths where you can go test out 5G, like at the media.
But it's like it's the controlled environment.
Yeah, like they have a 5G cell right there, and it's not the actual network. But I was expecting that Verizon would announce that they're lighting up Vegas right before the show, but they didn't do that.
That would have been so dope, and I'm still kind of disappointed that that's not the case, because I haven't actually. Have you done one of these demos where you go to like was it Chicago or New York?
No, I had the opportunity to go to one of their ones in New York, and something else came up, but one that Michael Fisher went to.
Oh,
and
okay.
I watched his video later, and I was like, yeah, you stand this way, you can get 5G. You stand this way,
God.
and you don't.
Yeah,
like with
much.
with the millimeter wave. And I was actually talking with MediaTek today, and their approach to 5G is completely different than Qualcomm's. They're not pushing the millimeter wave. They're doing sub-6.
Yeah,
and which will actually work. Let's say there's a cell tower right outside, and we're inside the hotel room, and we will actually be able to use it. It won't be as fast as the millimeter wave, but I asked them today, and they were saying the theoretical maximum is 4 gigabits per second if the backhaul is there and everything. But so maybe you can get 500 megabits per second.
Yeah.
Which honestly is amazing. That's faster than most people's home internet.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
If you can get it on a mobile device. But as far as like the biggest thing that I've seen this year, a concept car from Sony, that was completely out of left field, right?
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't expecting that at all.
I have not seen this, so I'm gonna need a word picture.
Yeah, we
I mean, like it's not about like how cool the car is and everything like that, but Sony does not make cars. They've never made cars.
Never ever, no.
And it's a technology company saying we make a lot of sensors and displays and things like that. And it was more about showing off the other things that Sony does that can be included in a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
cool.
Sony saying
Yeah.
we're getting into automotive. It's them saying we make all this stuff.
Here's how we support automotive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And going to the Sony booth, like you've been to the Sony booth 1,000 times. They actually
this show, no, not once.
no, not this show, but like previous years. I think
sure.
I actually met you probably at the Sony booth years
there
ago.
There should be a montage.
Yeah,
here.
right?
I mean,
No,
I don't think
they
anyone
were
was
doing
recording this.
that Xperia phone teardown.
Yes, I remember that.
And I think that's where we actually met.
Okay, which
That's
is good.
A long time ago.
You have a great memory, because there are so many people in this industry where I'm like, I have no idea where I met you.
CES.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes
some
there
show.
are people in this industry where I'm like, have I even met you? And then I
Well,
just
you know
assume
everybody
I know
online,
them.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, everyone comes up to you because of that hair and talks
Oh
to you
my
like
gosh,
they know
can
you.
I tell you? Oh my gosh. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like sometimes it's very awkward because I'm so bad with names. And sometimes I have this weird thing in my head where I know who you are. I've met you. We've talked. But for some reason, your name, I blank out. And then I can just remember your Instagram handle. And it's so bad because you can't call people like at JVTechT or at Nick M. Gray, right? Like in person.
But that's my name, so it helps.
Yeah, you did well, Nick. You did well.
My last name is Tech T.
Yeah. Hey, Josh
It's
Techty.
not.
How's it going?
So yeah, this car, did the car look like futuristic? Why does everybody do that? Why does it have to look so weird?
It looks like it's out of a sci-fi movie, right? No, it does look futuristic. As you would expect, it has like 1,000 displays inside. Like the whole center console is all
I
displays.
want to see this car.
we'll see it tomorrow.
It's at Sony booth, but like it's not as like futuristic as like the Mercedes concept car. That
Yeah,
they
that
showed
one.
off.
You saw that one,
was crazy.
That's
With
the
these
breathing one,
weird
right?
Yeah.
breathing fins or gills on the back end.
What in the hell does that help with?
I have no clue.
I mean, that's what
I
CES
saw it. I
is,
saw
right?
it, but it looks amazing. I was like, I have no clue why it has these fin gills, scales, or
It's supposed to
whatever.
be an Avatar car, right?
It was based on the Avatar car.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
So
think I
basically, they
saw
were
that.
like, okay, so I mean, CES is what they've always said, right? The place where things go and eventually die quietly because they never see the light of day.
Well, like things like this are not meant to see the light of day.
Yeah, they're not.
It's meant to be showy and flashy, and you're never gonna see it
So
again.
so they basically went and ran with it. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna show something for the first time. Get a car and make it breathe."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean,
Even in the North Hall when we were around, we did a couple of automotive things. We were around the Nissan booth because we were. Shouts out to Andrew Edwards. He had us on for a live stream. It was at the Nissan booth, and it was like the Astra or something like that. And everyone's so specific with their language. Concept is everywhere.
Yeah.
Concept,
Yeah.
concept. To the point where even the mobile space is starting to get that way. Did you
With
see the
OnePlus?
OnePlus one? Yeah,
I did see the
not the
OnePlus
OnePlus one, the OnePlus concept one.
1+1.
I have seen the OnePlus One.
Yes.
Yeah. What
was
is
a long
it?
time
What
ago.
is the official title?
The
One-
OnePlus
Concept
Concept One.
It's their
Concept-
first concept phone.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
Concept One.
So next year we'll get the
Oh.
Concept 2.
Yes.
Interesting.
So,
I didn't realize it was
They,
their
they
first
don't get
one.
very creative with their naming, right?
I was like, the OnePlus Two. You mean
Dude,
three? You mean
that-
three?
That's literally they probably went like, okay, because OnePlus always thinks of all their stuff, right? Like it's very well thought out and it's great, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So all the engineers probably went like, yeah, let's do this, this is this, and when they finished with the product, they were like, what do we name it? They're like, I'm all out. OnePlus Concept Phone 1.
It's concept phone. Boom,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about that? I'll start with Issa actually. Like, because you and I went together.
Yeah.
And leather phone, McLaren, all that.
To be honest, I was just like, why didn't anyone think of this before? It's fairly simple. The
Are
technology
you,
is
are, you,
there.
are you talking about the?
Yeah. So
The hiding cameras.
For context.
Yeah.
It had cameras on the back. It was a black panel. But then it would appear only when you trigger the cameras. And this was achieved via the same technology they use on airplanes and cars, that like self-tinting mirror like thing.
Self-tinting glass, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to look at. But it's like at the same time, I keep on trying to think about it and I'm like, why would I need this? If I'm talking about aesthetics, I mean, really, it's black.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
just makes the
not-
back of the. But the thing is, if you black out that portion of the phone, it doesn't make it look any less like a phone. So,
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No, so I didn't know about this until I was on the previous podcast just a couple hours ago, but apparently the tinting is controllable.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it can be used as an
ND filter.
An ND
Yeah.
filter, which until I heard that, I still am. I am very underwhelmed by this concept phone.
Okay. Fair.
Because OnePlus came out and said, like 2 weeks ago, we're unveiling a concept. Like they had a press release about a concept phone coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was thinking they're gonna show us something crazy. This self-tinting glass, it's been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
But
that's
in
a
other
very
places-
great
In other places, but
Yeah.
it's like just because something's been, slap something on a smartphone that's never been on a smartphone, and that doesn't make it amazing, right? This is 20-year-old technology.
I agree with you there, but just a quick
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
and then
He loves that phone.
I actually love the phone.
I love the design of
Yes,
it. The
yes.
design is amazing. I
It's-
like the leather back. 100 for, like, I would pay an extra $200 premium for any phone that
Really?
does not have a glass back but a leather.
But an extra $200 premium would make it like $800.
Really?
yeah, it's a OnePlus phone, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it
But
is-
I could care less about the tinting glass. Like,
Fair.
just give me the McLaren edition
Uh-huh.
phone with, like, it looks like McLaren seats, right?
well, the thing is, I looked at it and I actually used the ND filter in the video mode, and
that
I
was
thought
actually really cool. Yeah.
it was pretty cool. But I thought to myself, then you need a manual video mode. You just do.
But they don't.
But they don't. So
don't.
that's the Achilles heel there. You could use it in the pro mode for photos, and that's fine. That's cool. You can go to like a waterfall and actually get the motion blur of the waterfall using
Yeah.
ND filter, all that stuff, right? People who are into photography know that.
But also, you could just get an ND filter and just put it
Just-
on. Like, you
just
could do
hold
that
it in
with
front of
any.
the phone.
You could put it on any phone,
True.
Right,
I mean,
like-
Moment makes them, but like you got to clip it on, or you have to get like a full
or just
size
hold it
one.
with your hand.
Yeah, just hold it up there.
Just hold it. Like, I have an ND filter for my DSLR, and I
exactly.
I can put
I have
it
one
there.
for that one right there. Yeah. Yeah. It is.
I wanted one so that I could just use my camera without the lens cap. That's all.
Yeah, but an ND filter is too expensive. Like,
So I was just like, I'm cheap, so
Yeah, polarizer.
Yeah.
is what
Well,
she needs.
she's using the polarizer.
No, she
No,
needs.
I
She needs. She
haven't.
needs a polarizer for
yeah.
that extra bit of protection.
I've
Yeah.
literally lived my life
But
without
she kept
lens
calling it
caps.
an ND
Oh, I
filter.
never put the lens caps on my lenses.
Thank you. Okay, that makes me feel better.
But this is nice. It's creating a solution for a problem that no one really talks about.
But it's a problem
ND
that really
filter?
doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Like
'Cause-
it's not really solving anything.
yeah, exactly. But I do love the design of that phone. It still is the
That-
best
that-
looking
So about
OnePlus
that,
phone. Yeah.
So about that,
Yeah.
I'm not impressed because I have seen this
What if-
orange leather on the Meitu phone on the Huawei
Oh, that's
phone.
true.
It's
What-
the same orange.
What if it was pink?
The thing is, okay, my thing is
Where is
leather.
that pink leather?
No, so also leather.
It's all
if it
stained.
gets
It's
wet,
not
will
orange leather to
guys.
start with.
Leather when it gets wet will stain.
Yeah.
You know this,
Yeah.
right? So you have that phone. You literally hold it with wet hands.
Yeah, your
And
sweaty
this is
hands.
why it's a concept
No,
phone.
so like Motorola had their phones.
LG.
No, Motorola had their phones that had the leather back.
Yeah.
And they do get stained. I mean, if it's the right color leather, it just looks worn.
Yeah,
in.
but orange
if
is not the
orange
right
is
color.
not gonna look right after you use it.
And okay, I have not said this before, but I've always thought it. What is up with this shade of orange?
Oh, it's a beautiful shade. of
Really?
orange.
You
that's-
like
that-
it? You
that-
like
It's
it?
McLaren.
It's a McLaren orange,
It's a
yeah.
sports.
Really? Tell me that more so that I can appreciate because I don't care.
You're not into cars. You're not into motorsport whatsoever.
Yeah, but
It
so-
says I'm fast.
Yeah.
The
It
thing is,
says-
I've seen it in a smartphone that takes selfies. Like that was 2 years ago. The Meitu V8, which I reviewed, it had like calfskin leather,
But it does-
hand stitched.
No, but if you
stuff.
see a car going down the street that's that color,
Oh,
That's
you
a
know what
McLaren.
I'm gonna think.
Yeah,
and
like-
that's not a
it's-
good thing. He knows this. I have a thing with like people in sports cars going around loud. If it's
Oh,
big
like
and
over-revving
ostentatious,
and all that.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, you are overcompensating for something. It doesn't make me feel like you're cool.
But
It
this
doesn't
is-
make me
so
feel
if
like
you
you're
buy
bad.
this phone, you're overcompensating for something.
if you
just
can,
play a revving sound and then. But no, like from the Meitu phone, the thing is the difference between the Meitu and this OnePlus is that the McLaren branding's not on the Meitu.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
if the Meitu said McLaren, you're like, yeah, McLaren.
Really-
No,
for
but
us,
like
for us.
Oh,
for us,
yeah.
but
okay, I get.
it-
Okay,
it's-
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
So to McLaren, so this orange is to McLaren as red is to Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay, I sort of get that. I guess my thing is, for me, it doesn't really identify as McLaren because I've seen so many other phones with the same color.
Yeah.
And
But
I
also,
feel
you're
like
not really
people
familiar with
fixate.
like McLaren to begin with.
I mean,
Yeah.
their cars, I loved like other. So the other phone that was car theme that I love was the Oppo Lambo, and I love that. Mm-hmm. I didn't
They were
have
also
to
a
be
lot
in
more
love.
overt. They were actually more
With the
overt
styling.
with the styling and the branding of that one too. So you saw a Lambo, but this one, it's like the color is the branding.
Is the brand.
Yeah. So if you're not aware, if it's
I
one of those
get
things where if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Um,
I'm not part of the club. I'm sorry.
You need to get into automotive. We were just talking about.
But you know
this.
what? But you know what? Speaking of not being part of the club, I do want you to talk about all of the stuff that you've been seeing over the last few
That
days.
we're not part of that.
Yeah,
club.
we're not part of that club.
Okay, yeah.
Today's show is sponsored by Casetta's Smart Lighting Control from Lutron, pioneers in smart home technology. A lot of people think you need smart bulbs to get smart lighting, but there is a smarter way. Casetta's smart dimmers and switches replace the switch in your wall so that all the lights controlled by that switch will act smart. Think about all of the places in your home where one switch controls multiple bulbs, like ceiling lights, chandeliers, bathrooms, and more. With Casetta, you'll save money by replacing the switches instead of replacing all of the bulbs, because smart bulbs are only smart when the switch is on. If someone flips it off, you can say goodbye to smart control and connectivity. But Casetta switches are always smart even if the switch is off. With Casetta dimmers, you don't need to buy smart bulbs to enjoy smart lighting. You actually get the best of both worlds. Smart lighting control from an app or your voice, and control right at the switch. As you can probably tell, or as I've said in this episode, I'm at CES 2020, which is not too far from home, but I can still monitor things with my smart cameras at home and be able to turn on the lights and make sure they are turning on at certain hours of the night to make it seem like somebody is home. I can have all of that with the app, even though I'm nowhere near my home at the moment. So you can get smart lighting the smart way with Casetta by Lutron Smart Switches. Learn more about Casetta at lutron.com/weekly. That is lutron.com/weekly.
Funny thing, people are saying that CES isn't their thing anymore because there aren't a lot of phones, and that's
Mobile,
completely
yeah.
valid. But-
Shouts out to TCL though. It was nice to see the 10 line.
Yeah.
Yes, watch our videos. But so my thing is, my first CES, which wasn't as long as yours, it was like 3 years ago. it's phones, it's shit. It's what.
You're fine. You're fine. You're all right.
So last year though, we saw the rise in like beauty tech, so much like cool stuff that
There's been
I
a lot
was
more, yeah.
so into, and I was so excited. I was so happy. He left me at PepCom because I was just like running around. I was just like, I need to shoot everything. So this year, I'm seeing a repeat, and I'm loving it. I actually saw a smart mirror. It has
It was
its
actually
own
pretty
yeah
fun.
it has its
was
own
pretty
operating system. It's under Care OS. It's called the Poseidon mirror. It's a long thing that you basically can tap, and one specific detail which tells me that they have studied the demographic they're making this for is that you don't even have to touch the mirror to tap it, because when you're on your bathroom sink.
You're far away from the mirror. Like,
No, it's not just that. It's like for women who do skincare, you're not supposed to touch your face. So you're putting stuff on. And then if I have to touch the mirror, I have to wash my hands.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to just
So
slightly
imagine how
tap
smudgy
it.
that
Yeah.
thing would get.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So gesture controls.
So gesture,
little
it's not
bit.
really
You-
gesture, but you sort of
You
like
get
have
like
to.
you get
yeah.
like this close.
Yeah, so
you get
yeah.
like that close.
So imagine there's another layer in front of the mirror, and that's where you tap.
Yeah.
Right? So it can, one, identify products that you use, and then you scan it. All of a sudden, it gives you tutorials on how to use it. And then the mirror, like there's sort of a camera, so you can zoom in, watch the tutorial, and then put on your makeup at the same time. But
And
aside
so
from that,
if you're looking at the side, so there's a whole panel in the middle of like, there's a camera there at the top because that's how it detects you. And it shows you a zoomed in version of your face. And then right on the side is the tutorial on
Yeah.
how to put it on. So you're actually
Yeah.
looking at both. So it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fashion and makeup stuff on
Yeah.
YouTube, and that's where it pulls from.
So I get that. Privacy issues with a camera.
you can turn it off. Like legit,
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
a slide.
flap.
Like you can turn it off, but like you forget to turn it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
You have
it's
a-
also
you have a
well, it's
camera in
also
your
the
back.
But,
mirror.
but also, it's not off when you're using it.
No, but it's also
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
but it's also
Fair.
the mirror is not connected to the internet. It's connected to your phone like via Bluetooth.
Which is connected to the internet.
This is
Yeah,
connected.
no, but the thing is, like when you're not
They can
there,
still hack that thing.
sure, but it's like so.
You would bring that up.
No, I would. I mean, I
Stop.
cover
I'm
mobile
kidding.
stuff.
No, well, that's true.
I'm
It's true.
trying to rain on
No,
your
it's
parade.
true. But basically, they're saying that the mirror itself is not connected to anything online. The only thing that it's connected to is if you ask for news, weather, or the time, and then at that point they connect it to your phone to bring
To
you
pull
that.
that info, yeah.
But like the mirror itself isn't, and then it
So
has
the,
a
the
flap.
camera API is not talking to the phone at all.
Ideally not.
Ideally
and I
not,
don't.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because we saw something else at PepCom. There was that robot toilet paper thing.
That was so cute. I'm sorry.
So
I was
for
like-
those who don't know,
Sharman.
if you run out of toilet paper, you can have a robot run into the bathroom with a camera
But you
Because
while
it's
you're
a
sitting
need.
on the toilet to deliver you toilet paper.
We
and I'm
wouldn't
sitting
need.
here thinking,
I'm sorry. We wouldn't need this if we just all had like Japanese level.
yeah,
toilets.
Yes.
we just need toilet bidets all the way, and it wouldn't be an issue. But they invented a toilet paper robot to solve these issues.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this robot is looking at me with a camera as I'm on a toilet. Like,
Not
really?
the best. This
Like,
is not the best
who
angle.
thought of this?
You gotta
Who thought
find
of
yourself
this?
on 4chan. And,
I
like,
don't know. Like someone's hacking all of the cameras and
Oh my
everyone's
God.
on the dark web.
But then, like,
somewhere.
what if I joked? Like, what if the thing comes by and like half the roll's gone? Like, where did? Where,
Who,
Oh,
who
no.
took the toilet paper?
But anyway, this mirror.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that though. That's one
Yeah.
feature. Like it connects to your whole home. Like for example, it connects to a mat that helps you do posture exercises. It plays a video. You do the posture exercise, and it sort of like senses which side. Like it depends
The
on
pressure
your stance. Yeah.
sensitivity, yeah.
And then it connects
the
to
shower.
Yeah, it connects to your shower. It connects to a smart toothbrush. So
Oh, the smart
Does,
toothbrush.
Yeah.
does the shower have a camera too?
oh, no, I mean,
no.
but
The,
so
the toothbrush one was actually pretty
yeah,
dope.
so what's great about this mirror is like I'm excited over it, right? And you're like, how you
I
have
know,
a family.
I'm
You're
playing
like,
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
No, no, for
I
sure.
actually love the idea.
No,
of this.
but
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you have a family. It's like if your wife wants it, it's only your wife. For what? For makeup. Is it justified? Because it's supposed to be a mirror in your bathroom, right? But what it can do is create profiles for every single person in the family.
Yeah.
And so
she
for
had to go through a
yeah.
whole setup.
Yeah.
Okay, so my wife gets in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
It's one thing.
Yeah.
My daughter gets in front.
Yes.
It does other
Yes,
recommendations.
it has profiles, it has facial recognition. And for you, for example, what would you be interested in? Let's say you're interested in, like, let's say there are vision scans. They say it's not a replacement for doctors, but it can at least alarm you for when you need to go, right?
Yeah.
It's when you look so different. Like, whoa,
No,
wait
but
a minute.
no, but it's
Go
as
to a
simple as
doctor.
it's as simple as like moles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Right? If they're
indeed.
growing, if something's happening, or for kids, they gamified brushing teeth.
Yeah.
So
love this
your
one.
kid will actually be able to
That-
brush their teeth
that's a
and
good
like
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just the beauty. Of course, that's the thing I'm interested in, but it's a whole
It's a
range
hel-
of stuff.
It's a health and wellness.
It is.
Yeah,
It
rather
is.
than
It really
just-
is. But
Honest-
so
oh,
the same mirror is a concept mirror for the salon of the future.
Yeah, this is what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
I was going to say she has had the best time in the Sands Expo because she's got.
I have never had the best.
Dude, I got a free. So I got a
I'm
free,
glad
yeah.
someone is.
Yeah.
I got a free blowout because Tinco, the vacuum brand, so they were telling me that they were announcing a beauty consumer product, and of course I was just like, it's gonna be a blow dryer. What else
What
would
else
be
is it
powered by
gonna
that?
be? Yeah.
So they did, and it's actually awesome.
And I'm
they
really
said-
glad that we're talking about all this because I have B-roll that I could show.
Yeah, it's at a great price point. The only other thing that you think about when you think of power blow dryers is a Dyson, and all the girls will know what a Dyson hair dryer is.
I
If
know
you're
what
a
a
guy,
Dyson.
yeah,
I know what
yeah.
a Dyson.
If you're a guy,
hairdryer is.
ask your
It is
girlfriend.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
Anyone who knows Dyson will know what a Dyson hairdryer.
Yeah.
So
Even I use the
yeah,
Dyson.
yeah. I was just like, dude, we were freaking out over it, but it's so expensive. So Tenco comes up with a hair dryer that looks like a little similar. It's light. It's very compact. I mean, considering it's not a travel one, but it's very compact for a hair dryer. But it's also smart, and it can sense the moisture in your hair, how far the hair dryer is, so it will adjust to
The
that.
temperature.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and I'm like, okay, when you have a hair dryer, it gives you so much technology about this and that and this and that. But it doesn't fix the fact that you, as a user, do not know how to use your hair dryer, right? This one does.
I know how.
No, do you know?
I
are you
have not hair
serious?
dried my hair in I don't know 6 years, 7
But
years.
you know what? Here's the thing. Like, if someone like me, I do use a blow dryer from time to time, or every day, and
He's like, she'll correct me here.
Thank
but
you
it is
for
one of
your
those things where
honesty.
you don't know when it is actually dry enough. It's just based upon look, but you might be actually burning your hair.
Yeah. So for me, I have light hair,
Yeah.
so I can tell because it gets dark when it's wet.
Oh, fair.
So like for me,
Oh,
it's
you suck. So I don't have that hair feature.
no, it's a white person hair feature.
Can we get a firmware update for this?
Hey.
So like blonde people, like their hair turns brown when
Yeah.
it's wet, and so then you just wait.
Wait,
till
what?
Yeah, blonde.
That's
When you get it
Cool.
wet, it turns brown.
Yeah,
Because
it's like the
wet.
back of the OnePlus phone. It gets darker if it gets wet.
oh my god, no.
No, so
Okay,
like
yeah.
I know when my hair is closer to dry because it looks my regular hair color.
yeah.
You don't have that, so
Obviously.
obviously.
But
You need an
speaking of hair
upgrade.
color, so part of the same so that mirror can be used in salons, and it's the same smart mirror. They just put a different program in it. But so we went to the Wella booth, and I don't know if you know what Wella is.
Very well-known company for this stuff.
But
yeah.
Wella is a hair coloring company,
Yeah.
so they have that set up for the salon of the future. But also they have what they call what was it? 3D something.
Color 3D.
Oh, there.
Oh
Color,
no. Color DJ.
Color DJ.
Color
It's DJ because you literally make your own color. Meaning, it was a whole chart of the different colors, and you adjust what colors you want in. And of course, I wanted pink, so they fixed that. And then you adjust how much moisture you want in your hair, what scent.
Mirror context. She sat in front of the mirror to see what the color would look like.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Sorry, of course I skipped that because all I care about is color. But yes, I basically made my own hair mask from nothing.
Yeah.
On an iPad, the thing printed it, and it's in the car right now.
So there was a dispenser that put out all of the ingredients that would make what her hair would become when she puts it on.
Yeah.
And it looked like
versus this is the box and this is the color, and you don't know what it's going to turn
Exactly.
out
Well,
I
based
mean,
off of
but
the
it
color.
looked, it looked like the worst soft serve of all time
but
because
it's
that's how it came out. But
it's also not hair color though. That's what I have to point out. It's
Oh.
not actual dye. It's a hair mask that will deposit the same pigment in my hair over time. So girls,
it's not
girls will know.
semi-permanent, I guess is the best way to put it.
It's like the thing you sent me, the shampoo with the pigment.
Oh,
in
yeah,
it.
the
yeah,
conditioner
You have
has
to keep
it.
on
Yeah, yeah,
using
yeah.
it
Yeah.
for it to work. That's why she was saying if you have black hair, it will condition your hair. It won't color it. For
Yeah.
my hair, it works because I'm
already
bleached.
colored
Yeah.
it. You've already
For
bleached
blonde people, Nick, it will work.
It will work. I'm not blonde, to be fair.
I mean,
I took my beanie.
I'm half gray, but
I took my beanie off and I was
and
like,
they
"Will
were
it work
like-
for me?"
Yeah,
and
they
they're
were
all
like, no.
nah.
"It'll moisturize your
No,
black
but
hair."
it's just how color works, right? That's
It'll
not
be
their
extra
fault.
expensive moisture.
Exactly. All right, cool. Well, you know, I wasn't gonna I wanted to hear from you two because you guys have seen a lot of stuff. I mean, I've seen the same things, but you know, I'm the host, so I'm talking to you guys. I will try to get Jaime on a little bit later to see what his favorite stuff was from here. But quick shout out to Peak Design. Actually, I just have to say. They're literally
Bruh,
they're
you know
literally powering this podcast right now because I'm using both of their using two of their tripods to powering this.
How it looks.
Yeah.
Right now.
Because this episode's coming out over the weekend, so it should be well after the amount of time that it takes to for them to show everybody this tripod. Issa and I did get a hand of a couple of their tripods. So for any creatives out there,
I
this stuff
love
is great.
these tripods. My upper body doesn't feel like it's dying.
Because you're holding a big
Oh,
Matt
They are
Frodo.
super light.
Yeah, they're
They are
incredibly light.
amazing.
In any case, I did want to give a quick shout out to them because I just looked over and I'm like, it's both of the tripods. In any case, yeah, Nick, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you?
You can find me personally on Twitter at Nick M Gray,
I
AY
already
at
told
the
them
end,
that.
and Instagram, or else I'm the editor-in-chief of Fandroid.com, Phandroid.com, and YouTube.com/Fandroid.
All right, Issa, you as well?
I'm just on Isa Does Tech on Twitter. Wait, no.
Oh,
Wait.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry. I'm just on Isa Does Tech on YouTube. You can just Google that. YouTube that.
Yeah.
YouTube that.
And then I'm at Cisa Said on social media.
Yep.
Hi.
All right, cool. You can find me at JV Tech Tea all over the place. You know me, I'm JV. I love tech and I love to drink me some tea. Don't forget to follow Pocketnow all across the different social medias at Pocketnow everywhere, but also subscribe to the channel over on YouTube and hit that bell over on the side to see all of Jaime's great coverage from CES. This is my commitment in CES for Pocketnow, actually. So I have been working on, me and Issa have been working on our own things for CES.
We
So,
done.
Yeah, we're kind of done. We have videos that are
quite
going to come out on our respective channels, but as far as Pocketnow is concerned, I'm the podcast host. I hope you're enjoying the podcast as we presented to you here at CES 2020. In any case, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in our next episode. Hashtag not sponsored by White Claw.
We're gonna eat now.
Cheers.
Nice.